Finally, the people of Burkina Faso are happy and they are about to live in peace. Why? Because the dictator, the traitor, has been captured and handed over to the authorities of Burkina Faso. Who is the dictator over here? Paul-Henri DAMIBA. He has been captured, but guess where he has been captured? Where he has been captured has also given me another thought. I'm so surprised that he will be captured in a country called Togo. Why should I be surprised? DAMIBA has finally been captured. You know why? This man has tried every ways and means to topple Ibrahim Traore. Why? Because he toppled him out of power. But was he doing the right thing? Ask yourself that question. DAMIBA, was he ruling the country very well? Was he doing the right thing? Was he being justice? Was there any fair things in his regime as at the time? Was he doing the good things that every citizen would love to be with and call him a president? Those are the things you need to ask yourself before you draw your conclusion. Ibrahim came and he did not take all the things to himself, but he wanted for the citizens. That is whom we call a leader. But DAMIBA wouldn't let Captain Ibrahim rest. He keep on paying terrorists. Do you know how many terrorists this man has paid for them to just topple Ibrahim out of power? You have no idea. You have no idea. He does it all over Africa. Just recently, Ibrahim Traore was called out of Uganda by the armed force authority that he should be on guard. There is a coup about to happen to him. That was why he was able to sustain that coup. If not, he would have been toppled out of power by now. But this DAMIBA never stopped. He keeps on trying, paying for foreign terrorists. Any ways and means he could take to just take him down, that has been his idea, that has been his thought, and that has always been his plan. But God being so good, a leader is always a chosen leader. That is a leader. Not anyone who wants to have a taste of power and have it all to themselves. A leader is chosen. A leader is someone who can lay their life down. That is why presidency is not just a taste of power. If you want to be a leader, make sure you are going to live for your predecessors, the people who are after you. They are the people you are going to live for. That is whom we call a leader, just as Traore is doing. How much is he paid? He is paid as just a captain of the nation. That is what he is paid. He isn't paid like a president. Does he live like a president? No, he lives like a normal citizen. That is how a leader should be. A leader, you have to set examples for people to follow. That is the exact thing Captain Ibrahim Traore is doing. Yes, there is someone who wants to topple him. There is someone who wants to overthrow him. Can you imagine? It means someone do not want the beautifulness of the country. Someone do not want the development of the country. Yes, there is someone who wants the downfall of the country. If I were to be DAMIBA, I would never, ever have thought of what? Taking Ibrahim out of power. Why? Because I was not able to do what he is doing. When DAMIBA was in power, was he being fair to the citizens? Help me answer that question. Was DAMIBA fair to the citizens of Burkina Faso until Ibrahim Traore toppled him? Why did he topple him? He toppled him because of the mismanagement of his regime. Tell me if Ibrahim Traore is being biased to the people of Burkina Faso. Everything is shared equally. Everyone has a free and fair share of everything that is going on in the country. Yesterday, DAMIBA wouldn't let him rest. DAMIBA wouldn't let Captain Ibrahim Traore rest. Why is Africans after each other whenever they are trying to do good things? Why? Like, oh my gosh. What at all is happening? You were not able to do something that you could have done as a leader, and you were toppled out of power. You should have just, like, if I were to be DAMIBA, I would just have apologized to Ibrahim Traore and said, oh, I messed up. I wasn't a good leader. Thank you for taking me out of shame. Yesterday you were plotting against this guy. You still want to topple him. So it means you have always wanted the presidency for yourself. You've never thought about the people of Burkina Faso. Just listen to what he was able to do and how he got captured.
Assassins to murder Captain Ibrahim Traore while he was hiding in Togo is now waking up in a Burkinabe prison cell. And let me tell you, the nightmare has only just begun for Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba. Listen to me carefully, because what happened on January 20th, 2026 is the kind of justice that makes you believe in divine intervention. The same man who has been orchestrating death from the comfort of exile, the same coward who has been paying soldiers to plant bombs in government buildings, the same traitor who wanted to see Burkina Faso burn to ashes so he could reclaim power. That man is now in Captain Traore's hands. And brothers and sisters, there is nowhere left to run. Picture this. January the 16th, 2026, Lomé, Togo. Damiba is probably sleeping soundly, confident that his Togolese protectors will keep him safe while he continues his campaign of terror against Burkina Faso. He's been living this comfortable life for over 3 years, plotting, scheming, paying mercenaries and traitors with foreign money to destabilize his own country. Then the knock comes.
EasySave helps me manage my shop better. I save small.
And traitors with foreign money to destabilize his own country. Then the knock comes. Togolese security forces, an arrest warrant. Within hours, he's standing before the Lomé Court of Appeal, and within a day, just one day, he's handed over to Burkina Faso authorities like a common criminal. The extradition that Damiba probably thought would never happen, that he probably laughed about over expensive wine funded by whoever is bankrolling his treachery, just became his worst nightmare. The Togolese Minister of Justice read the statement on public television, cold and matter of fact. Damiba was arrested and handed over to the authorities of Burkina Faso following an extradition request made on January 12th for incitement to the commission of offences and crimes. Incitement to offences and crimes? That's diplomatic language for what this man really did. Orchestrating murder, funding terrorism against his own people, trying to assassinate a sitting head of state multiple times. Can you imagine the panic that must have seized him? The man who thought he was untouchable, suddenly being driven across the border to face the very leader he tried to kill. The hunter, now the prey. Now let me take you back to January 3rd, 2026, just 17 days before Damiba's arrest. Brothers and sisters, what was uncovered that night will make your skin crawl. Captain Ibrahim Traore came within inches of being murdered in a plot so sophisticated, so well-funded, so diabolical, that it could have destroyed Burkina Faso entirely. Around 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, Burkina Faso intelligence arrested the mastermind of a coup plot that had been orchestrated from Lomé, Togo, from Damiba's location. And when they searched this man's phone, what they found was evidence so damning, so absolutely compromising, that it left no doubt who was pulling the strings. Audio recordings, voice messages, plans laid out in shocking detail. And the voice on those recordings? Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba himself, allegedly discussing how to sabotage Burkina Faso's military drones, the very drones protecting the country from jihadist terrorists, so that the armed forces would be crippled and vulnerable. In these recordings, this traitor allegedly expressed confidence that once the explosions started, once the assassinations began, the Burkinabe people would be too shocked, too traumatized to resist. He bet on their paralysis. He gambled on their fear. But here's where your jaw needs to drop. This wasn't some amateur operation run on pocket change. Damiba allegedly funneled over $125,000, $128,000 to the conspirators. In a country where the average person struggles to make a few dollars a day, this traitor was throwing around more money than most Burkinabe will see in a lifetime, all to buy the death of their president, $128,000 to fund murder.
This is unimaginable. This is unimaginable. But him being caught in Togo, Damiba being caught in Togo, like, I'm a little bit confused. Because just recently the president of Togo also wouldn't let its citizens have peace of mind, because he also wants everything for himself. He doesn't want democracy to work in the country. So it means there are good people in Africa. There are some good people right here in Africa. Not all the people are bad people. Not all the people are dictators. There are some good leaders right here in Africa. Because I'm so surprised that someone like DAMIBA, the armed forces of Togo, will get him captured and handed him back to the authorities of Burkina Faso. Because, do you know why I'm saying that? The president of Togo, is he being fair to its citizens? That is why I'm having these thoughts. This is just a critical thinking and a mere thinking. Everyone would have thought this. If you are trying to be logical. Just recently, what was the president of Togo doing to its citizens?